I think I do. It's a long one. Somebody reminded me of it. Somebody just called out. Remember when that kid stole those snakes out of the zoo? 2 poisonous vipers. I can't remember they were pit vipers, bush vipers, or windshield vipers. I know they were some kind of vipers. They took vipers. Everybody thought how crazy to steal snakes in a plastic bag, but no, he was a young boy. He didn't know better how to transport the snakes. But he had the right idea. To liberate the animals. I don't buy all that Marlin Perkins crap. There they are in the zoo. You ever been to the zoo watching those animals pacing? The big cats just pacing. The elephants that once roamed free, that lumbered through the jungle. Pacing. Monkeys that laughed and danced across treetops. Forced to lie in lethargy in a stinking cage. Snakes that once slithered with freedom. Reptiles that once hunted their prey on the banks of the Amazon. All prisoners in a humanoid-made hell. Well, I wondered just what it would be like to sneak into the zoo one night, late one night, and take that boy's job one step further. To walk into the reptile cage, to look at the glass case that held those rattlesnakes and break it, and watch those rattlers slither out the door. To walk over to where the Belgian Congo Mamba lives, the snake that can crush you and break the case. The snakes look at me, sniff my wingtips and say, yes, O liberator, we shall not harm you. Go, liberate our brothers, liberate our brothers. And one by one, all the cases are broken. Alligators, hippopotamuses, elephants, llamas, giraffes. It was the revenge of the animals. Yeah! Tiptoeing through the zoo, I unlocked all the doors. Come, my pretties! Come, my pretties! Out onto Connecticut Avenue. They rush in the early morning light. The traffic is just starting. 6:30 in the morning. People driving, half asleep, not quite paying attention to what they're doing. When suddenly, in the middle of the road, is a hippopotamus. Traffic goes berserk as this animal, at last freed of its trappings, roams up and down Connecticut Avenue, knocking aside senior citizens. Yes! But the panthers hit the street. So delicious. The animal that was once trapped. Look out, he's got little Johnny! Yeah, watch it, buddy! There's an elephant in the road! It was the revenge of the animals. Just picture the poor commuters waiting down in the metro. Waiting for the little lights to flash on and off, when suddenly that Belgian Mamba, attracted by the water or the dark, dank tunnels, comes slithering. They're standing there reading their newspapers. They don't realize the Mambo's got him around the leg! Trying to free themselves, they fall onto the tracks and hit the third rail! Look out, here comes the train! But it doesn't matter, because they're already dead! Fried to a crisp on the third rail! The day the animals took revenge! Yes! The military's called in! Policemen are ineffective! A .357 Magnum just can't work against a charging bull elephant! So the military's called in! Napalm, Connecticut Avenue! Roger! I stand proudly with all my animal friends! Run, my little angels! Run, it's too late, here they come! Yes! Oh, God. And then when it's all over, and there's animal guts all over the street, broken pieces of tusk sticking out of lying passerbys as they lie in a heap on the sidewalk, I'll walk back into the zoo, toward the empty cages with nothing left but dung to attest to the presence of the animals. And there, weeping, will be a woman, weeping as she looks up in a bird cage, tears streaming down her cheeks, saying they're all gone, murdered, murdered. Except look up yonder, one lonely little hummingbird to attest to the zoo. Look, and I look, and sure enough, on the tippy top most branch where they keep the bird cage, there'll be a little hummingbird. I could see his little heart beating in his chest. And she says, from this one animal, there shall come a new zoo with new animals. One lonely little hummingbird. As I smile, grind out my camel, and hoist my bazooka up on my shoulder. Take careful aim at that little hummingbird.
If you think he's crazy, you ought to see his mama. He's the Greaseman.